Oh, you're recording?
Yes.
Do you think this will drive up the viewership count if I show some cleavage?
Welcome to podcast.
I'll leave that in.
I know you will. All right. Welcome to podcast. I think we're at I
think it's 25.
20. I was going to say 24. It's one of those numbers.
I think it's 25.
Okay. Well,
We've hit the quarter century mark.
That would be years. We've been doing this for almost
quarter century of episodes mark.
Starting next month, I think will be a year.
But we've hit the quarter century mark of episodes. Did you say starting next month will be a year?
I think so.
This is episode 25, and we put them out every week.
Yeah, remember how we took like 12, 15 weeks off after we recorded our first audio-only episodes?
Still need we need to get 52 episodes.
I'm talking about, since we started recording. That's what I'm talking about. But yes, I agree. 52 weeks will be nice. I don't know. Should we do it in seasons like that? You know, we have the option to put these out as seasons, so we could have like after a year, season 2, or maybe if we ever decide to change up the set. I mean, I know we put a lot of work into the set, but if we ever decided to change that up, maybe we could change that to the new season and start the numbers over again.
I don't think we should. I think it should just be one long continuous season forever and ever.
Forever and ever? Okay, well, I imagine eventually that we will won't be around for forever, but
that's when the show ends.
Check this out. That actually brings me to my first topic of conversation.
Oh,
you ready for this? There's a good chance right now they have found a way to reverse aging.
Oh, I've seen this with the dude that lives off. He's like a tech billionaire, and he like drinks his son's blood.
Nope, not talking about that. This would be more like a GLP-1 type drug, kind of like Ozempic.
Oh,
where you get like weekly injections. And they're thinking that in 15 years they will have figured out a way to reverse aging.
So when you say reverse aging, is it like Benjamin Button? Where I'll start getting younger?
Yeah.
Or it just slows down aging?
No, reverse.
So
basically,
like I could start getting like smaller, and I turn into like
so you're not going to shrink
infant size.
You're not going to shrink, but what it'll do is it will repair the age in your cells. So what they're looking at, it's like they've got it to where they can basically knock off about 4 months out of a year. Off of over the course of a year, they can reverse it down 4 months. So you're still technically aging 8 months, but they think by within 10 to 15 years that they'll be able to knock off a year and a half over the course of a year of treatments. So you reverse age half of a year over the course of a year of treatments. How about that though? That's some pretty cool stuff.
It sounds cool, but also it just kind of sounds strange. Like we're not meant to live forever.
I know. This would be the first time in since the Old Testament days that people could realistically live 150, 200 years, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my question to you.
Even longer than that.
So I've got a question for you. What would you do at 150 years old if you were still as able-bodied as a 20-year-old?
I guess I do what my 20-year-old self did. Play some video games.
Play some video games?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, Michael, we had this whole conversation beforehand. You don't want to
Oh, it wasn't exactly this conversation.
You don't want to work? You don't want to work for 200 years?
No. That's the problem. Actually, they need to stop this drug right now because that's what they would do. They would encourage everybody, you can work for longer, retire later.
Oh, that's exactly what would happen, yeah.
Build more money that you're never going to spend.
I just realized I forgot to turn on a couple of our lights. So I'm going to let you rant for a minute. I'm going to go turn on our lights.
It looks like the lights are on.
Overhead.
Now we're just talking business strategy. I don't know where he's going. He's going all the way to the back rooms to turn the lights on. Hope he makes it out. Have you seen the trailer for that? Do you even know what I'm talking about? Back rooms.
Yeah.
The A24 movie.
Yeah, it's
the old short where the dude's got the camera and he falls into like a manhole or something, and
oh yeah, it was like a big internet meme for a minute.
He's in the back room, so they turned it into a whole movie.
They turned it into a video game.
The movie looks better than the video game.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, better, higher production.
It was A24, so A24 is like they're turning into cream of the crop of.
I don't want to get too far away from the
movies.
living longer.
the living. I don't want to get too far away from the living.
Yeah, I think that's the coolest thing ever. Adding like being able to reverse.
It's
aging.
cool, but it's weird.
What's weird about it?
Because we're not. I mean, if it works, you're theoretically thinking about like
I've been saying for years. I've been saying for years that we need to quit treating like aging like it's just like a given. I think it needs to be treated like a disease.
But everybody dies.
Yeah, I mean it's not going to keep you from getting hit by a bus.
Yeah,
but you could totally like prolong aging, which would be great.
When you
I think about it like
tired of living after a while.
I don't know. I don't think so. The funny thing is if you're properly like investing, then you could work the normal amount or even a little bit longer, and then you'd be fine. You'd have enough capital to keep going for like. Eventually, your compounding interest will just outwork whatever kind of income you could bring in.
There's the whole like working in this life to get to where you're supposed to go in the afterlife.
Sure.
I mean, I don't think you're supposed to desire to end your life as soon as possible to get to the afterlife, but prolonging your time on this earth, stopping yourself from getting to the afterlife also seems in a way wrong. It's like, shouldn't you just live out your natural life, whatever it may be, and then when it's your time, you go, and then...
Well, I mean, you could say the same thing about children that are born with diabetes.
So you think that aging is the same as any other
It's a disease. Yeah. I do. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's just the natural course of life. I mean, at that point, you could
yeah,
view
people
anything.
that have that their body doesn't make insulin was the natural course of life.
Maybe you could view anything as a potential disease or thing that you need to overcome with medicine at that point. And then you could be looking at
on medical illnesses, yeah.
Yeah, but then you could be looking at a point where you're trying to play God instead of,
Oh, it's going to be a hot topic. Don't get me wrong. If this comes about, like if they figure this out, it's going to be a hot topic. But I still think it's like the coolest. I still think it's really, really cool.
Think about it. So if this is accessible to the general public,
yep,
we already have a population problem.
Yep,
it'd get 10 times worse.
There is that, but Michael, we might live to see, and
also
think about all the advancements we're making. What if we got to see the terraforming of Mars?
They got a lot of work to do compared to the timing of this drug coming out in, what'd you say, 10 to 15 years?
Well, it'll be like everything else. It'll be really
a lot more time to get to terraforming Mars or the moon.
Treatments will be really expensive at first, and then it'll eventually get to a place where it's more accessible, like readily accessible. But I'm and they're I mean, it's all the more reason to throw every penny you got into investments for the long term.
To try to stay alive to see it
Yeah.
happen. Here, you have to accept where you were born in life. You remember the meme, born too late to explore the world, born too early to explore the galaxy.
And if this is the
born
truth,
just in time to explore dank memes, that's our time. We got the memes.
no,
bud.
that's the thing. We could be the space travelers.
We're not gonna make it. We're not gonna be
Bro,
alive in time for space travel.
We could, if we live to be 200 years old, we could.
There'll be too many people, and we'll kill each other before we make it.
No, I mean, obviously, I feel like some sort of something will. I mean, it would change up our society entirely.
Yeah,
but I'm not beyond assuming that humans can't figure it out.
Here's what's going to have to happen in order for humans to get on the same page well enough to actually explore space and possibly colonize it. You can't have a bunch of warring factions on Earth trying to do it before the others. You would pretty much need your one world order to come about in order to pull this off first.
I disagree. I don't see why Mars can't be an American colony.
Because another country will want it instead.
Us in America are so far ahead of every other country when it comes to space travel. I don't see it. I don't think that would be like they would be 2 or 3 decades behind us.
Now, what would be okay with me is if we are able to do that, and then we just take all of the select Americans that want to go away from planet Earth, and we, get to leave all the others behind.
What if this turns into that Justin Timberlake movie?
The one where he got the DUI?
No, that one that's called In Time. Remember that one?
No.
Okay, so basically, people had they cured aging, and people had like a clock on their arms, and time was used as currency. And if your clock hit 0, you die.
I think I do remember that now, vaguely.
Yeah. I always thought that was a pretty cool premise for a movie. But it would be something similar to that. I mean,
So you think time would be our currency?
I don't know how it would work. I feel like they might keep it restricted depending on the accessibility of it. Yeah, because we would have an overpopulation issue after not too long.
Already got one right now.
No, we don't.
We could
put every human.
This is about to get flagged if I say what I'm about to say.
Okay, we could put every human on Earth shoulder to shoulder and fit inside of Los Angeles.
Yeah, but you can't live shoulder to shoulder.
I agree, but I think that just kind of emphasizes that we got a lot of room. We got a lot of room. Plus, not only this, let's also remember that every single large country right now is actually is actually their population's not going up, it's declining. Japan, China.
Well, Japan is declining purposefully.
India's an exception. India's the exception. United States.
Japan and China are declining purposefully.
No, they're not. They're actually not. They're trying to encourage people to have more babies because within another 50 years they could reach I
think the government is encouraging them to have more babies. I think the people of those countries are against having more children.
They're not against having more children. They're just not having more children. Yeah, because there's too many luxuries in life, then they feel like they can't afford children. That's the problem.
And also, just because there's a lot of space that we don't live in doesn't necessarily mean that's very habitable space. Like there's plenty of areas in Siberia that we could live in, but we're not going to. There's actually parts of states in the U.S. that either we shouldn't live in or are literally excluded from due to the government making them areas that you can't reside in. AKA even national parks.
Even with all that, we would still be. There's still plenty of room on Earth.
I mean, there's more room, but think about a person that owns 100 acres to themselves and their families.
Sure.
So if you are wanting the space, do you take that land from them? If you get to the point where the population needs it?
Why wouldn't it just stay in the family? Why wouldn't their family just live on it?
What if their family doesn't? Are you going to force their family to grow to utilize the land?
Force their family to grow.
Yeah.
No, well, I just don't see why 4 or 5 generations couldn't live on 100 acres of land.
What? Okay, so what I'm saying is, what if a family has the land?
Yeah.
They're having 1 to 2 children per generation. Meanwhile, you got the nearby town where they're running out of room because people are having 3, 4, 5 kids per generation.
Well, those
they could
people,
expand to that land, but the family doesn't give up the land.
Well, those people wouldn't be able to afford the drug to live longer. I would assume. It's not going to get covered by. It wouldn't be covered by health insurance.
There's no telling what they're going to do with this drug if it gets allowed for the general public's use. I mean, it could be.
I mean, I assume it's going to cost money. I'm very willing to bet it's going to cost money. Ozempic's not the cheapest drug either. It's like
people do whatever they can to get a hold of it, though.
Yep, it's like $100 a shot or something like that. I mean, it's not cheap.
You'd be saving up whatever you were saving up to get whatever thing you wanted. If there's a drug that came out that said, "Hey, this will slow down your aging and make you live longer," people would give up all sorts of stuff to be able to afford that.
Yeah.
So even if they'd have to make it absurdly highly priced to stop people from not doing whatever it takes to try to get their hands on it.
I feel like it would level out. My question is this going to possibly lead to larger families over time? Like, can I decide to have 2 or 3 kids and then wait 30 years and have another 2 or 3 kids?
Yeah, and not only that,
that's wild.
See, for a guy, you've got a lot longer.
I'm
time span.
I'm talking about me. Like, let's say I had a wife. Could me and my wife wait 30 years and have another 2 or 3 kids?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Because like a guy, you've naturally in the current state, you can have a kid when you're 70, but a woman can't.
Maybe they can.
Instead of some absolutely crazy cases that have been documented where it's happened, but now it'd be commonplace.
It depends on it. So they don't know. Like, okay, so obviously they haven't started human trials. Okay, they're trying.
That's
this
what
on,
they say.
They're trying this on animals. Yeah, fair. But they're trying this on animals right now. And so does this keep women from hitting menopause if they take it before?
I would assume when you're talking about anti-aging, all aspects of aging.
That's kind of nuts. So that's the thing. We don't know like what happens to the human brain after 110 years old, right? Like, do we still see age-related illnesses? Does the brain become so, dense with the neurons that they can't, that it can't form new memories? All these certain effects. Will dementia or Alzheimer's still be a thing? Like, how much of diseases that we think are today known as just like old people illnesses, like, will those still be around for people that are, that they've been de-aged? We don't know. And so this is like the cusp of, this is, how many things how many different, as a millennial, you and I both as millennials, how many different human, game changers are we going to get to witness? Like, we saw the internet, we saw AI, and now we might see this drug that keeps people from aging. Bro, the craziness of the life that we've lived.
I feel like it's got its own aspects of crazy, but that every era anybody's ever lived, you live a long enough life, you're going to see a lot of crazy world events.
I don't agree with that.
So you don't think
Nate? What did the 40-year average life expectancy? What did somebody in the 1600s see that was just like earth shattering?
I'm not a very good historian, so I can't tell you every single event, but there's events that we view now to be major events that in 400, 500 years time they're going to be like, that's not a big deal.
I think the advent of the internet and the internet age.
I mean, the internet would probably be a big one, you would assume, but then something could come on down the road where the information transformation of info happens at such a rapid pace that you actually having to get on a device to look at it, to search for what you're looking for.
Oh, it could be
would be so
antiquated.
archaic
Yeah.
that your ability to just think of it and it immediately comes to your head based on some neuro chip implanted in you.
Yeah, you want to talk about messing with like human nature stuff. See, I don't know how I feel about the neurochip thing.
I don't know if I'd want it either, but I'm just saying that's,
Yeah.
In terms of world events, I can't tell you what happened in the 1600s. I didn't like history, honestly, in school. I know that was when Columbus. No, that was 1492. So, what happened in the 1600s anyway?
Exactly. You're talking about every generation experiencing earth-shattering things. Most people
hold on.
woke up, went out and farmed their fields for 20 years, and then got sick in their late 30s and died.
We got to come up with something that happened in the 1600s.
I don't
The
know.
1600s was
I'm sure there was stuff going on in Europe.
what's it called? When they put the Bible down on paper for the first time.
I think that was 1500s.
I thought that was 1600s.
I don't know. Yeah. No, we should
Here we have multiple devices in front of us to look things up, and we're sitting here. Oh, what a great thing the internet is! Oh man, when did they do that thing? I don't know. I wish there was a way to figure it out.
Hang on. I'm looking at it. Just give me a second. Okay. I do believe though that we have that we are living through.
Just look up
kind of
what
crazy,
happened in the 1600s. All the crazy world events that happened in the 1600s. I need to see a list. In 1700s, you had the beginning of the United States of America. So that, I mean, like, honestly, that one feels like it's bigger than anything that has happened in my life. So I know the 1700s got that going for it.
Notable historic events. Okay. The scientific revolution, the 30-year war was in the 1600s, the English Civil War, and the rise of European
publication
colonialism.
of the King James Bible.
Okay. So that was in the 1600s as well. Yeah, so, okay, but all of this was also really spread out, right? No. Okay, all right. I guess you were born 1600. You got to see the Bible and European colonialism.
And here's the thing that we have going for us based on the internet that they didn't have then is like something could have happened on the other side of the world that like they didn't know anything about.
Right.
That was a huge event, and now something happens with us. Like we're probably going to know about it without even actually having it either impact our lives directly or it may impact us indirectly. Like for instance, a war going on that's causing, oil prices to go up. But I mean, there's things that happen that don't have direct impact on us we still find out about and view it as big events.
Yeah, we're not eyewitnesses to them for sure. Yeah, I just think it will. As millennials, man, what a time to be alive. I know a lot of people are like not the biggest fan of being alive nowadays because of all this stuff. But if you do truly stop and think about it, even like the worse off in our society are still better off than kings were 300 years ago. I mean, people, and specifically in our developed country in the United States, like even our homeless have access to, food and indoor plumbing.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm distracted by the ad on the computer. So did you see what it is for Google Lens?
Oh no.
You can highlight a problem on your homework and it tells you step by step how to do it and the answer. Bro, the new generations are cooked.
No,
and I
not.
know they know that reference. Any of them that happen to hear this, that are listening or watching,
We've gone over that.
you're cooked.
No, they're not.
You
know
are
why they're
cooked.
not? No, listen.
You're never going to learn anything again. You're just going to do this.
Michael, you know what they were telling me
What?
when I was in school about specifically math problems?
What?
They said, oh, well, when you get out into the real world, You're never going to have a calculator in your pocket, so you need to learn how to do all these long division and stuff. Let me tell you, dude, they're just going to have a life calculator. That's the only difference. They're going to be fine. They're going to still be productive. The next generation, yeah, they've got they've got the ability.
They can't even use computers.
Yeah, they can.
No, they can't. They literally cannot.
They will be able to when they get out into the real world.
Well, trial by fire, they might figure it out.
Well,
but
that's
the first
how
time they take a
everybody
job,
that's how
they're
everybody
not
learned how to
gonna
use computers.
They don't know how to save a Word document.
They don't have to know how to save it. Auto saves.
They can't save as.
What do you mean? Yes, they can save.
No, they can't.
Well,
They don't know what it means. They don't know.
I mean, that's why they have. That's why they have those classes in college.
Their
for kids.
phones and their tablets and their MacBooks save everything automatically.
Yeah.
So, but they don't know how to. They don't understand the file tab on a PC. Anything, software, anything you open, they don't understand clicking that and then using any of its functions.
So you're talking about they don't understand the Windows Explorer,
No,
the registry and how to navigate through stuff. I believe that, but I don't necessarily. Again, there were several generations that didn't know how to do that either. I mean, I would actually go so far as to say that the millennials are the in-betweens that
the only ones that just do know
how. Yeah. Most boomers can't.
But here's the thing about those generations, boomers before maybe some Gen X. I feel like Gen X probably
Gen X, yeah,
can just with us, but they didn't grow up with any sort of technology like that.
Okay.
So, it wasn't really expected of them. But Gen Alpha has that all sorts of technology, are born with devices in their hands.
Okay.
But now that they're getting older, they don't actually know how any of the technology works. They just played with it as kids, but never learned what they were doing with it beyond opening up an app and using that app and then closing that app.
Yeah, but I don't think that they're going to need to know.
I bet you some of them will.
AI is going to handle a lot of troubleshooting stuff for them.
They're just going to have to AI everything.
And that's fine.
Even down to the simplest of tasks.
If they know how to use AI, they'll be fine. I'm saying it's the exact same thing.
But don't you think that it hurts their critical thinking? And let's just say on the wild chance they're in a situation where they don't have access to AI.
Okay.
What are they going to do then?
What do you do when you're in the middle of the woods and your phone's dead?
Ask AI, how do I get my phone back?
Your phone's dead. There's no AI. There's nothing. You got nothing. They're not going to be in positions like that. That's what I'm saying. They're not going to be set in a position.
I hope not, for their sake.
Yeah. I don't see why. Where in the world would they be where they don't have access?
There's plenty of areas.
It's just as accessible on your phone nowadays as it is.
I not on a daily basis, but for work, I go to places that do not have internet and cell phone signal.
Starlink.
Where we live.
Starlink. We're throwing up 100 satellites a month. It'll be all over the world.
So everybody's got to get on Starlink to be able to have internet everywhere.
Well, not necessarily Starlink, but it'll be licensed from Starlink or some competitor that also has satellites. It'll be there.
T-Mobile and Verizon and AT&T have a lot of coverage, but they still don't have coverage everywhere in every single spot.
T-Mobile licenses from Starlink.
I have T-Mobile. That is what I have.
Yep, and if you're out of range from a cell phone tower, you have Starlink.
No.
Yep.
I'm telling you, I can go literally to the town that is beside us, and in the drive.
You need to turn on roaming. No, you don't have T-Mobile. You have something that is a sub license of T-Mobile.
But I have T-Mobile as my carrier.
But no, you don't.
Yes.
Didn't you say it's Mint?
It's Mint T-Mobile.
Yeah, they only give it to T-Mobile customers. T-Mobile Direct customers.
So T-Mobile Direct is the only one that gets Starlink.
Yes.
What I'm saying, okay,
Mint Mobile licenses their
a person has
service.
what I have for cell phone coverage driving
It won't
they
be
get
that way.
stuck there,
It won't
and
be
then
that
they
way
don't
forever.
have internet or a cell phone.
It won't be that way forever. They just rolled it out for T-Mobile. Eventually, Mint Mobile will allow you to license that. Will be able to license that from T-Mobile as well, or direct from Starlink, one or the other.
Well,
There will be no corner
in
of
the
this
future,
planet that you don't have
all the
access.
kids that can't do anything without AI will be saved. But for now, they could get themselves into some serious problems.
Well, kids shouldn't be in the middle of.
Well, they're not kids.
Places
The problem is
without-
they're not kids anymore. They're Gen Alphas are like college age.
Is that true? I don't think that's true.
When is the first Gen Alpha year? Look it up.
Yeah. All right.
At least high school.
Probably high school. Born between 2010 and 2024.
So at least high school. They're in high school now.
Yeah, they're in high school. But by the time they get into the real world, they'll be fine. This stuff's progressing so quickly. And they are going to have that. And it's just going to be, it's just like a constant evolution of people. It's how we did things. People, you know what they used to say? They'd be like, you know what they were talking about when cars first came out? Oh, that's crazy. No one's ever going to be able to figure out how to get around. Like these kids today, they don't even know how to shoe a horse. I'm telling you, it's like we adapt. That's what humans are good at. That's what people are good at. Is we adapt to the circumstance. And I think we'll be fine. But yes, I did like that.
Except when you get old, then you don't want to adapt anymore.
Yeah, but maybe we don't get old anymore either. So we all adapt to that.
We all adapt to not getting old.
Yep. Yeah. 15 years, bud.
Yeah, but you'll be an old man by the time you can not be an old man anymore.
It'll reverse.
And then you won't want to adapt.
It reverses.
No, but I'm saying like be like what you say 15 years before the drug's doing the reversing.
Yeah.
So you'll be
Almost 50.
yeah, and then you'll be like I'm an old man set in my ways. I don't want to go back.
Oh no, I want to go back. That didn't really become a problem until your 60s, in my opinion. I mean, in my 40s, yeah, I'll be fine. I'll definitely want to take this drug. I'm super excited about it, man. Oh, wouldn't it be cool to go back to, I don't know, where's the sweet spot? Where's the sweet spot for age?
8.
No. There will be definitely limits on it. Like you can't just
Yeah, like how
de-age.
far can you go back? What's the rules here?
I don't know. You probably
Once you're
I
a
think
legal adult, you can't make yourself not an adult.
I don't think you'll be able to. Well, they can't shrink you. Okay.
No,
So
that was a movie.
If you've got growth, like if you've grown, they can't like make you ungrow. I'm thinking it's probably going to get capped at like 20 something.
That's what I'm saying. You can't go beyond being an adult. Once you're an adult, you got to stay an adult.
Yeah, well, and that's because it's hard to say because your brain develops partially in your 20s as well. So
I
like
mean,
that
legal
part
age is
will
18.
grow. That part
for
will,
being an adult.
that part would keep growing and has grown. So you can't like ungrow part of your brain. So I'm thinking 27, 28. That's a good place to
Yeah,
be.
but you know, there's lots of people that would love to get back to that like college age.
I mean, yeah.
What?
I'm
what's
talking
stopping
about
them from
I'm talking
getting
about
there?
where I'd want to be.
Oh, I thought you were just talking about what would be allowed.
I mean, when we're talking about allowed, I'm sure there'll be rules in place or something. But I don't see why anybody would want to go beyond like 24 or like younger than 24. I don't even know how they'll have a way to measure it. To be honest, it's not like they can. Like, they're not gonna. Your time doesn't go backwards, so it's not like they're gonna have like a metric for how old you actually are. They'll probably get.
I mean, they probably could. They could keep track of it.
They'll probably
you
get you.
You start taking the pill when you're 50. All right, so it's going to go back a year and a half, right? In a year.
A year and a half, a year, yeah.
So you'd be 48 and a half by the time that's
yeah.
over
Well, what
with.
if you miss 3 treatments because you had to go do something else?
You can still keep track of that.
I suppose. It'd be
Your doctor's going to log everything.
it'd be
You're
weird.
taking this over the counter.
I don't think it'll ever be an over the counter thing.
Yeah.
I think people will just get to the point where they have hair if they're like prone to balding. I don't see guys going beyond that. I don't know how this will affect women. Like the actual question for me on this, and this is kind of a this is kind of a probably going to be a touchy subject if this happens, but like postmenopausal women, what happens to them? Like they can de-age, but they're not getting their
You don't know.
I don't know what happens in menopause, but I don't.
You don't know what all this is capable of.
That's true. We might have the ability to like change that.
Start.
There you go. I think it'll be really cool. I'm excited for it. Michael seems to be not. He's like, he thinks that's playing God.
I don't know if I wouldn't call myself like against it, but also I got a lot of questions. Need answers.
Oh yeah, and those will come in time. We'll see how it works. First round of it, they were trying a combination of different drugs, and one was making like a mega cancer.
Yeah, that seems bad. But like, so if let's say on talking about like cancer or any kind of like bad diseases, you get diagnosed with that. If you just took this pill, would it just wipe it away because you're just like doing like a system restore?
No, it's not a system restore. It's a rejuvenation of your cells, your existing cells. So I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's going to cure diseases by any means. I think it's just going to cure the aging process. So you can still get cancer. You can still get skin cancer if you're out in the sun too long. I mean, hopefully, with all this rejuvenation. I mean, imagine people that have spent their lives in like cancer research, right? They get another 50, 60 years to continue on their research. Man, we're going to come up with like this is going to be huge for all of humanity. You can only pass on so much information. I mean, you can write it down and stuff, but imagine all the questions we have for Tesla if he was still alive.
They'll put all this stuff in one centralized location that will definitely not get burned in the future.
Or you do have this thing about the Library of Alexandria and so mad about it. You're like, I remember you ranting about the Library of Alexandria many a times. Super pissed off about that one. You're like, well, it would be so much further ahead. Yeah, okay, so we would have had...
It's probably not even the first time.
So we would have had AI 100 years ago. That would have been...
Earlier than that.
Yeah, well, you might have missed the ability to know how to use Windows. If that were the case.
Hey, I'd be okay with that.
You wouldn't understand the Windows registry.
We would have been anti-aging a long time ago.
Might not have been.
We wouldn't even talk about age. We wouldn't even know. We wouldn't even understand the concept.
Yeah, wouldn't it be crazy to be born after all this comes and it's like you grow up and it's like your parents are the same age as your grandparents and your great grandparents?
Yeah,
that'd be so weird, dude. I don't know. The future is wild.
Like how you moved that away in slow motion.
I did. I didn't know how fast the sneeze was coming on.
I sneezed so bad. What day was it this week? It's Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday at work. I sneezed, and I never experienced an ab cramp like that in my life. Like I couldn't stay in my chair. I fell out of my chair because I stiffened out, like my legs. I couldn't keep my abs crunched in a sitting position. It forced my back out and my legs forward, and I slid out of my chair because I didn't have any control anymore. I lost control of my core, and I fell on the ground at work, and I was stuck on the ground for like 5 minutes.
Okay.
because of a sneeze. I thought I'd herniated. I looked it up. Can you get a hernia from sneezing? And AI told me yes.
I'm sure you can.
And I was convinced I'd herniated.
Drama kids.
What?
Theater kids, dude. So much
theater
drama.
kids, nothing. There was nobody around me. I had no one to watch this happen.
No, you were doing it for
I
yourself.
was doing it for myself. I wanted to not be able to sit in a chair. This is fun.
This does not happen to people.
This is fun. I'm having fun right now. I have lost control of my abdomen.
So what do you think happened? Do you think you got like some sort of?
It's just a real bad cramp, I guess.
You just got a cramp in your stomach?
I did cardio and abs the day before at the gym.
That's probably what it was then.
I sneezed so violently, like I never experienced a cramp like that before in my life. I chugged water the rest of the day to make sure it didn't happen again.
Yeah, that's probably smart. Were you dehydrated?
I didn't think so. It doesn't come on if I don't sneeze like that.
Get some salt then, too.
It doesn't come on if I don't sneeze like that.
Oh. Michael, my freezer went out.
Did you have anything in it?
Yes.
What did you have in it?
Everything that you didn't eat when you were... You remember how you were, like, going through there? And
I was
like,
trying to clean it out.
Yeah. I hadn't put anything in there in a while.
Oh, the funny thing is I never put anything in there either.
No, you were just, like, going through and mixing them in your eggs.
Some of the stuff was not mixable.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah. Luckily, you
some
cleaned
of the stuff looked good. There's like deer meat in there and stuff.
I'm glad that you had cleaned out about half of it because I came home and there was this pool of disgusting water all over the floor in the room the freezer's in, and I had to get towels and then use those to wipe them up, and then wash those towels and then use them again to like keep it from leaking. But that thing, whatever was defrosting inside there, totally leaked out and smelled terrible. So. By the time this airs, I will certainly have gone to cleaned it all out and possibly even moved the freezer. But
you gonna get a new freezer since you never used it in the first place?
I don't think so. I got enough freezer space in the regular refrigerator. I was never one that needed all that freezer.
What are you gonna do with your added space?
I don't know. That's a good question.
You could turn it into a stick spinning station.
I don't think I got that much space. I could get one of those. I can get one of those things that Matto had.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, when we went on the boys' trip.
What did he have?
He had a sauna, a little stand-in sauna. He would turn it on and he'd pour water in and it would steam up, and he just used it in his kitchen. It's inflatable.
I don't even remember seeing this.
You didn't?
No.
Oh yeah. He had a sauna.
Did you use it?
No, I didn't use it. It was just sitting over there in the corner.
Did he do it with the boys there naked?
He wasn't naked. I think he was just in his gym shorts.
Oh.
That could be cool. I don't know if that's. I don't really know the perks of a sauna. Maybe it's good for blood flow or something, getting your heat up, like heart rate up.
I mean, we got one at our gym that neither one of us use.
Oh, that's because it's not a great one. Also,
it's got to be better than one you use in your kitchen.
I don't know. Sauna's a sauna. It just gets hot and steamy. That's the
I
whole
can
point of
turn
it.
my own bathroom into a sauna.
No, you can't get it up to like, that hot.
It's pretty
also,
hot.
it'd probably use up a lot more water that way. You were at the gym yesterday.
I already know.
I was at the gym yesterday too. Well, I happen to show up to the gym. Michael and I didn't coordinate this. I happen to show up to the gym.
It happens often on Saturdays, I feel like.
It does happen on Saturdays. We went to the gym. I as soon as I walk in, I go talk to Michael just for a second, just being like, hey, I was actually about to start talking about the freezer thing, but then I was like, it's content. We'll save it for the podcast. And then I turned around and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to call Bone. I had a good conversation with him. And I'm like looking at my phone. I saw an email come through. I responded to that email. And the next thing I know, guy comes into the gym.
I don't even know where to begin.
I can tell where it started. Dude decides to put on, I don't know how else, what would you describe the genre as? It, like, he goes back and forth between, like,
there's definitely
just
some
rap and then also a little bit of heavy metal.
Yeah.
But he puts it on this massive like sound bar speaker thing that he thinks he owns.
My favorite thing is about the sound bar is the sound bar is normally left like by the lockers.
Yeah.
But he takes this when he uses the sound bar, he took the sound bar and he put it on a piece of equipment. So if you wanted to use that equipment, you'd have to move the sound bar that he has placed on the equipment.
Right.
Instead of just leaving it where it is, where you can still perfectly hear. And that's not the only thing that he does with equipment. He uses different pieces of equipment around the gym as lockers and leaves his clothes and his gym bag on the equipment.
His gym bag on one side of the gym. He's got his he brings AirPods and he'll leave just his AirPods and the AirPod case on another piece of equipment. And then he'll put his phone down on another piece of equipment. And then the kicker is he takes his shirt off and he puts his shirt on a piece of equipment. And then our gym doesn't have the best air conditioning. I think we've probably talked about this before.
It's better than it used to be, but yeah.
He went around and he unplugged both of the large, like, industrial-sized fans that circulate the air in there because I guess he wants it to be a sauna. It cranks the heat up something fierce, right? And then he goes over to the squat rack. All right, we couldn't have made this up. Like, goes over to the squat rack.
So he's doing Zercher squats.
Or genie squats or front squats, whatever you want to call them.
I mean, I wouldn't call them front squats because front squats is more like you've got them up here around your collarbone.
Yeah.
And Zercher squat, you've got it in the pit of your arms, and you're lower.
Okay.
When you're doing the squat motion, it's
see.
really tough to do deadlifts with Zerchers, but he was doing Zercher squats.
Okay. Well,
but
he had what? 135. I think he had a 45 on each side.
Yeah, I think he had a plate. I didn't look closely enough, but I think he had a plate on each side.
He had a plate on each side, which is a 45-pound plate, 45-pound bar. So that comes out to 135. Gym math there for the non-gym goers. Just start screaming.
It wasn't the screaming that got me.
Was it not the screaming that got you? Was it the walking around the gym? And
no. So he was doing like
you missed the lunges entirely.
He was doing sets of 10 on the Zercher squats, and like halfway through it, instead of screaming every set, he would maniacally laugh.
Oh, the maniacal laughing. Was
it was
else.
Like he and I was like, what's happening?
That's not even an exaggeration.
What is happening? Why is he doing that?
I feel like he was on something, man. Because you you missed the because I think you eventually either you had enough or your workout just happened to move you to the other room.
I got the cardio. It was time to go get on the treadmill.
Well, he got on the leg press machine, and then he was doing his leg press and he was counting them out. 1, 2, 3, and all the way he'd do 10, and then he'd get up and he'd walk around and he'd like be strutting with his chest out. Dude's like, what, 5'4"? Probably 5'4". Has got his shirt off and he's sweating because now these fans have been off for 20 minutes and it's like 90 degrees in there. I don't
think he's ever wiped down a machine either.
Oh yeah, I was also in this part of the machine of this gym with him, And no, yeah, when he was done with the leg press, guy totally just left the weights on the leg press too.
Oh yeah. Oh,
and
definitely.
he's acting like he's doing a ton of weight. He did 2.5 plates, like on each side on the leg press. Like, I mean, you would think this guy. I don't. How do I put this? It was almost like he was just like laughing, like
He was
like every set was giving. It was like he was conquering a continent.
Never heard. I mean, you got to wonder, was he doing it to mess with the people around him? Because there's like both of us, and I think there was one other person in there at the time. But I really don't. I feel like he would have done. I feel like I've been in the gym long enough. I've seen him in there long enough that he would have done that in an empty gym. That's him. That's who he is.
But I mean, so strange that he starts doing lunges.
One day I was in there.
He walks all the way from the dumbbell all the way over, and then there's this God bless him, this older gentleman that's in the gym. He's just in there, he's just doing the maintenance thing. Dude's probably 70s, 80s or whatever, and he's just looking at this guy like, "What is wrong with you?" and I really think this guy just wanted attention. Like, he's just been so neglected it's like he spends all day inside of a hole in the ground.
Well, I won't say which vehicle is his on air, but I know which vehicle is his.
Okay.
And his parking is worse than his gym etiquette. But one day I was in the gym, and he was playing a song through that sound bar, but he would play one line and then repeat that line. Go on. He was just standing there on his phone, like he wasn't working out or anything. He was purposefully replaying that line over and over, and rapping to it out loud. And he did that one line in one song. I'm not exaggerating. I must have heard it over 100 times straight.
Dude, what is up with that? Do you think he's on something?
I don't know.
I feel like that just seems too.
I just think he might be a little bit out of it. Might not be working with a full deck.
Yeah, a couple of screws loose.
Yeah. Hey, it is what it is. I mean, they could be doing worse things in there.
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean,
but even
in my opinion, the thing that I wish a gym owner would talk to him about is the gym etiquette of leaving your crap all over other pieces of gym equipment.
I'm not gonna lie though, this guy puts "Let Him Ride" this makes "Let Him Ride" look.
I mean, "Let Him Ride" was loud, but yeah, I mean, I don't think he ever took his gym bag and put it on the bench press and left it there the whole workout. So it's like, if you want to go use that, you got to ask this dude, "Hey, can you move your crap so somebody can use this?" And you got to do that with like multiple stations in a workout. Like, that's crazy. All the other stuff aside, they got a sound bar in there for people to play music. It is what it is. You claim it first, you can use it. Other people use it too. It's not just him.
On Saturdays from now on, I'm claiming it though.
I mean, it's up to you. If you want to use it, they got in there for a reason. But
I mean, it should be in there. The gym is supposed to be playing music on it. That's why it's there.
Yeah.
But the music that he was playing, it's not even good music.
Yeah, I've heard some interesting stuff on there since they've had a sound bar in there for people to use. But
and there used to be a policy you couldn't play cuss words on it.
That is definitely out the window.
That is
with new ownership.
Solely out the window with the new ownership.
Also, apparently working out with your shirt on, because this dude is not the only offender of taking your shirt off.
This is the only guy I've seen that's really done that.
Oh, no.
Really?
No way. But, dude, I've been in there at night before with like 5 or 6 high school kids all working out with their shirts off. Like, I'm the only dude in there with my shirt on.
I mean, next time if it's when we're in there, let's just take our shirts off.
I mean, honestly, I don't really care, but there is something weird about it because I know that there may be somebody that does care.
I agree with that.
Like, yeah. I honestly, like, they can all be in there with their shirts off. I'm tunnel visioned. I'm doing my absolute best.
You're not tunnel vision when somebody's maniacally laughing. Next
Yeah, I mean, it's
to you.
hard to be. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying my best to be tunnel visioned. Some things pull me out of it. I want to be tunnel visioned. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want anything distracting me. I want to get my workout in. But sometimes you can't help but notice things going on. If everybody's got their shirt off around you, you notice it, whether you want to or not. And I guarantee you, I mean, I feel like since new ownership took over the gym, there are more women in the gym than previously. And some of those women can't be comfortable with half the gym dudes got their shirts off.
I agree with this. Like, I saw a couple of women walk in while we were doing it. I think they were just going to the tanning room, though. Or when this guy was in the middle of his
his episode.
Dude's like Pinky in the Brain, like was plotting to take over the world or whatever. It's like, yes, this is it.
These Zercher squats will unlock my abilities.
like he's got some sort of chemical test that he's got running at home, and it's like he's like multiplying his strength every time. And 3 weeks ago he could only do like 10 pounds on leg press, and now he's noticing that he's multiplying it. Dude, it was nuts. That guy, oh my God. I thought about, I don't know, there was a part of me that wanted to just pick up my phone and film it. And I just wanted to have like a video proof of this. I may do it next time.
If you showed that to anybody, they'd be like, that's AI. That's not real.
Because who would do that? Oh man. Think about who's the most like one-dimensional, like evil character. I'm going to take over the world character from a movie or anything, and that's the kind of laugh that this dude had. And it was on every set. And he was going, and then when he was doing lunges too, it was good. And I know you missed that part, but he's walking around.
I'm sure I'll hear it again, because this guy also, and I mean, I don't know whether this is like kudos or you got a problem, but like he got to have the most gym time spent in the last 2 months in the gym of any gym goer.
He's no what should we call our buddy in there spends time. He's a old friend of you, went to high school with you. Knows
Muscles.
Yeah, he's not Muscles.
Muscles is in and out of the gym. Muscles will spend 45 minutes in there and get his workout done. I've seen this other guy, we'll call him Pinky. Or the Brain.
Yeah, we'll call him the Brain.
The Brain.
That's ironic, isn't it?
The Brain is in there. He's clearly already been in there working out when I get there. I work out for an hour to an hour and a half.
Okay.
I got to stop before cardio to take care of business with a dump. That dump lasts a good 20, 25 minutes. I get off and then do cardio. So I'm there for over 2 hours, almost on 2.5. As I'm leaving, I see this guy doing his 20th set of kneeling ab crunches. And I'm like, yeah, he's going to be here for a while longer. Like, I'm telling you, he lives in the gym.
Well, and you can only do so much every day before it becomes like detrimental to you.
I mean, I guess you can do more cardio. You can sit there and do cardio all day long.
I mean,
if you're just trying to lose weight.
I mean, it's still going to do more. But I also feel like he's not super jacked as much as he is just like lean.
Yeah, he's just lean.
Yeah. But I will say this: he's got the 6-pack thing going on, right? Like, which is good. I'm happy for the guy. He's doing better on the ab area than both of us for sure. But
he needs to start violently sneezing more.
Well, I was about to say, I'm wondering how much of that is the maniacal laughing that is part of his.
I can
ab
feel
workout.
it right now.
Dude, it's so nuts. Oh man. You know, there's a real part of me that, like, I don't know. I'm thinking about going the home gym route or something gym route. Like, I'm like finding
there's not enough room.
Finding another place.
And there's 3 other legitimate options in our area, I would say. And I've tried 2 of them. It's a hard no to one. The other one is a eh. it's got good qualities, but at the same time, it has some stuff about it that I'm not a big fan of.
Well, and
I
you're
haven't
closer
tried,
to
and I haven't tried the third one.
you're closer to all three of those than I am.
Yeah, but
Which
you're
is
not that far away from those. I mean, in terms of besides that, your next closest option's farther than those three.
I agree. My problem is sometimes I barely make it to the gym to get my workout in, and then and a lot of times afterwards I like to go to Waffle House, which that would just add an extra 10 minutes to an already 20-minute commute to Waffle House.
I will say, when the plan down the road for the town that I live in is to have a brand new huge Parks and Rec center. I don't know how far in the future we're looking at here, but it's on the docket. They're working on it. They've got the funding for it. They just got to start with their plans. And part of that will include a brand new gym in that rec center, which will be open for membership. So
you do have to pay.
Yeah, I mean, just like I'd pay for the gym app now.
And which is totally fine. Well, I just want to make sure it's not free, because if it was free, I probably wouldn't want to go.
No, it's not free. You have to get a membership to go to that gym. But I would, based on just what I've heard about it and stuff, I would highly consider using that gym when they build it. The only problem is I don't know when that's going to happen.
When and if,
yeah.
But there's also the part of like if it's community and like government funded, is it going to be all that good?
Based on the options we have around here, it would probably be our best gym when it started.
We don't have great options yet.
I mean, I like where I work out now. It's got good things about it, but at the same time, a lot of the equipment in there is old.
So the building down here where the old barbecue place used to be?
Yeah.
That'd be a pretty good place for a gym, huh?
Yeah, smack dab in the middle of these two towns, basically.
If somebody would do something right there, that would be because it's just been abandoned for probably like 5+ years now. Well, I don't know. I guess that's we're over an hour.
Yeah.
That was good talks. I'll leave it up to, or I'll have a question for the audience. If, you've spent your whole life thinking that, your expiration date's probably somewhere between 70 and 90, right? What if that got moved back another 100 years? What would you do different in your life? How would you change your, what you're doing now? Would you work harder so that you could retire and then spend your last 100 years doing whatever you wanted? Would you go move at a slower pace? Would you work less? What does that look like for you? That would be a great thing for responses for us to see in the comments.
Right now you got like a 30-year mortgage. That's probably what most people get. That's what I got.
Yeah.
You could look at getting like a 100-year mortgage if you were planning on living.
That's not a great idea though. You'd be into paying 4 times the amount of the house.
Yeah, but you'd be paying like so little a month.
That's a thing we could talk about later, because there's already discussions of like a 50-year mortgage coming out now. And other countries, by the way, have 100-year mortgages where it's a multi-generational mortgage.
Huh.
And evidently it's not
putting a debt on your child when they're born.
Yeah, passing it on. Well, more like not when they're born, but when you die. But yeah. All right. Well, hey, thank you guys for joining us. I had a good conversation today, Michael. I enjoyed this conversation.
I did too. I was also watching Halo during the entirety of it.
You've got an Halo Infinite tournament.
Got a Halo addiction. The this is like
final words.
This is like watching this is the like addiction point of like going to your local ABC to get like Tito's vodka or Evan Williams just to have something to drink.
Yeah. So it's like it's not good, but it's just a fix.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, we can talk more on that point next time too. But we will see you guys later. Thanks for joining us.
See you.